Hey everyone, it's Nikki here. So today's adventure is thawing water bowls. Now for those of us who live up here in the Great White North, thawing water bowls is sometimes a daily occurrence during the winter time. And you know, there really isn't any good way to get that job done, and I know it's a pain in the butt. However, I have a trick that Scott and I have come up with for thawing water bowls that actually takes a bit less time and is kind of a cool idea. So I'm just going to kind of give you a quick rundown on how to do this. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not the best person at doing this. Scott is definitely my superior when it comes to thawing water bowls. But I'm going to be giving her my best shot today for you. And yeah, drop a comment in the thread below and let me know what you think. Or if you have any other handy tips for thawing water bowls. Here we go. So, does this look familiar to you? Yes, this is just your average, everyday steamer. Something that you would use in your house. However, this sucker here, we got it on Amazon pretty cheap. I think it cost us $30 or so. And what we've done is we've modified it. And we've put a rubber hose onto it. You can kind of see that there. And we've attached it to the nozzle. It moves around, lots of flexibility there. Then this hose is actually, I believe it started out as 10 feet, and due to a couple of things, trial and error, it's down to about 8 feet, give or take right now. So what we do is in our water bowls, you'll see this in a second here, what we've done is we've actually put plug-ins into the bottom of them. A lot of you would have that anyways for your electric water bowl heaters, but with that plug-in we're also able to use either a heat lamp to help thaw things, which is still a little bit of a slow process, especially if it gets down deep into your standing pipe, or we can use this guy here. So I'm just gonna take a second here, spin my camera around so you can see what the underside of my water bowl looks like. Give me 1 second. And yes, there's my sheep watching me and waiting expectantly for their water. All right, so a little bit of a mess down here, but what we've got going on is we've got a bunch of these clamps here, and what I'm going to be doing is actually disconnecting down here. So I'm going to use my, first off, sorry, I should back up here. I'm going to be using the steamer to thaw this, because, oh yeah, that's frozen solid. So we're going to thaw this first, all the way down to that clamp. Once we get it thawed out, I'm going to loosen off the clamp and pull this hose off. Then I'm going to work my way with my handy dandy hose here down and through the tap here. And I will go as deep down there as I need to get to where I have running water again. It's a little bit picky on timing, yes. Sometimes you can get a little bit wet, but usually it gives you enough warning that you can pull your hose out and shut your tap off so you can reattach everything. And for those of you who are also kind of interested in this idea, you know what, we've added, and again, by we, I mean Scott, because thankfully I've married a very handy guy. He has put in an extra tap in here so that when I've got lambing jugs, or even in the summertime, if I just want an extra water trough, I can attach a hose in there and run it separately off of the whole kit and caboodle, because over here I don't actually have a hydrant to work with or a tap or anything else. So this is my tap. All right, I'm going to start getting things set up. It's going to get a little bit steamy, no pun intended. So the visibility won't be the greatest, but you'll get kind of an idea. And I'll do it in stages so you can see what I'm doing and how this is working. So one thing I will mention before I get rolling here is, if you can see, I actually need to wear some gloves, because once the steam gets rolling through this hose, it gets very, very hot. So here we go. All right, so we've got our clamp undone, and let's see if I can kind of get a good position here for you. Basically what we're going to be doing is running my steamer hose up through this hose here to start with, and that obviously is going to be going up through and into the float because my whole unit is frozen right now. So it can be a little bit tricky doing this by yourself. Sometimes it's easier to have a second person if they're available to help. Yeah, we're just going to start like this. And there is going to be some water coming out of that bottom there. Alrighty, now that we've got that hose thawed out, we're actually going to be going down into the main water line. So, let's see if I can, oops, here we go. There you go. So if you can see what I was talking about there, you do get a little bit of an indication that that water's starting to come back up, and it gives you time to pull your hose. So there you have it. And honestly, this takes me about 5 to 10 minutes per water bowl, depending on how frozen it was, and if there's any other problems that I was coming across. So let me know in the comments what you think of this, and if you have any other solutions for thawing out your water bowls in the winter. Happy New Year, folks. Happy lambing. This is Nikki with Sheep Tips with Chic Livestock.